Turkish lira has continued to claw back some of its recent losses after President Erdogan appeared to back down on his threat to expel 10 foreign ambassadors. The currency was trading at 9.4 to the dollar by midday in Europe after hitting a record low of over 9.8 on Monday. President Erdogan had described the diplomats as persona non grata after they signed an open letter calling for the release of the jailed leading philanthropist Osman Kavala. Well, let's talk now to Atilla, an analyst with the group Global Source Partners. He joins us from Turkey. Welcome to the programme. Good to see you. Where has this row left Turkey's relations with the West and the country's economy?
I think the acute phase of the crisis is over, but the underlying issue of Turkey's habit of taking political prisoners will linger. I think the 10 ambassadors issued a friendly last warning to Turkey that unless Turkey improves her human rights record and Mr. Erdogan disabuses himself of the notion that he's the head of the judiciary in Turkey, sanctions will follow. Turkish economy is really in very bad shape. We are what the economists call in the middle of a weak currency, higher inflation spiral, meaning that the depreciation of the lira passes through to higher inflation, which in turn causes domestics to buy more hard currency, which pushes the dollar up.
Osman Kavala is back in court, I think, next month, and then the European Court of Human Rights says it wants him freed before then. What could happen next? Let's just look at the legal argument for a moment.
I think legally there is no dispute. Turkey's Article 90 of the Constitution states clearly that the European Court of Human Rights is the last court of appeal. It's superior domestic courts, and there has been a final verdict on that. I think Mr. Erdogan may release Osman Kavala because we have seen a precedent in 2018 when American President Trump tweeted to Turkey that unless American pastor Brunson is released, he'll bring Turkey to his knees. I think this was a more politer version of that kind of a warning. And if Osman Kavala, also there are others like former pro-Kurdish Rights Party leader, Mr. Selahattin Demirtas, if these people are not treated humanely and in accordance with the international norms of justice, Turkey will be made to suffer.
President Erdogan's AK Party is worried, of course, isn't it, about the implications of Kavala being set free. What could it mean if he is set free?
Nothing. I mean, I can understand why Erdogan refuses to set the HDP leader free, because he's a political rival. But Osman Kavala is not a political person. The whole issue here is the infamous 2013 Gezi Park riots. Erdogan has always maintained that this is not a genuine domestic uprising, but has been stoked by foreign powers. And he sees Osman Kavala as the go-between between, say, Soros and the United States interests and Turkish agitators. This has symbolic value to him, but this is also the positive side of this crisis, since it really doesn't matter on the ground in terms of votes or Osman Kavala's ability to agitate against Erdogan. I see fairly good chances that he will be released if the Western pressure continues.
Do diplomatic spats like this embolden President Erdogan domestically?
He still lives under the illusion that people care for nationalism, jingoism, foreign adventures. They did when everybody was well-fed and Turkish economy was growing at a pace of 6% per annum in real terms. Now there's widespread poverty. All the polls show that up to 75% of the participants believe the economy is in very bad shape and likely to get worse in the 12 months. No one really cares what he's trying to do with Osman Kavala or the 10 foreign ambassadors. The simple rule of politics is that you put food on my table, I'll vote for you, and Erdogan is failing that test.
Atilla, Yesilada, thank you very much indeed for talking to us.